it going out there, everybody? Gun Psychiatrist here, and in this video we're going to show you how to upgrade the budget Kydex holster press we built just about a week ago. What am I talking about? So with this press, what we did is we built a clamshell Kydex holster press for under $20. What I'm going to show you this week is how to use this material and put it to a more medium-sized, mid-range press that's going to be a lot more versatile than what we have here. Some of the things I don't like about the clamshell press is, number one, when this presses down, it has a tendency to kind of push everything forward in this press. So I want something that goes straight down. We're going to use a scissor jack with some 4x4s mounted onto that using these pieces of wood that's going to press straight down. Using the scissor jack, we're going to get a lot more pressure, a lot more even pressure applied to the surface. So I'm really excited to show you how that's going to play out. Coming up here in the video, we're going to show you how to construct everything, how to inlet the wood, and make a really sturdy, stable platform to accept a scissor jack. So first we'll start by measuring these. We got 8 by 12. So we'll mark them at 8.5. First things first, I want to measure the full height of this thing fully extended with the foam pads on and all that stuff and see what number I get. So right now I'm at 15 and I got 3.5, so it's 18.5 inches fully extended to the top. And what we're going to do is I'm going to subtract 3 inches off that to allow compression. So we need at least 15 inches in height from this point here to this point here. That way we have enough clearance. Let's lay out this base that we need to make. We're going to use 2x4s. So we know we got centerpiece, which is 8.5 by 12. So this is our 12-inch axis. This is our 8-inch axis. So we have a 4x4 that's going to sit on either side of this to support the jack. So we are going to have to move over 3.5 inches each side. So we know we have 12, so we need to go 3.5 this way and 3.5 that way. We need to create supports on centers that are going to run like that. And we have a rib along the outside. We're going to have a little overlap. That way we have smooth movement of the press in either direction. So we'll put a 4x4 right here and a 4x4 right there. So if we have 12 inches on the press, we need to make it, let's call that 13 overall. So 13 plus, we got 3.5 and 3.5. That's 6, so that's going to be 7 inches for a total of 20 inches. You have to add the thickness of a 2x4, which is going to be 1.5 each side, so then we're going to make that 3 inches. So overall, our number is going to be 23 inches. So we need 2 at 23 inches. That'll be front and back. For this direction, we got 8.5. So let's make this 14. So that'll give us 8.5 plus 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This will give us 3 inches either side. So then we need to cut 14 inches. That's going to go to the outside. The 14 inches will sit on the inside. Let's call that 12 inches because that way I'll count for the outer 2x4s in the size. So we need to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 6 at 12 inches. That's going to be our base. So now let's mark out where our studs are going to go. 2x4s are actually 1.5 inches thick. Got to first find the center of this. So if we're at 23 inches, half is going to be 11, and 11 is 22, 0.5, and 0.5 is 23. So we're going to be 11.5 inches at center, which is right there. Now, from this, if we're 8.5 inches, we're 12 inches wide, so we need to go 6 inches off each direction. I'm going to make a mark at 5. These are going to be where our center supports rest. We have the supports marked out. Now, when we put these boards in, this is how much room we're going to have for clearance on these pieces. See, here you go. So now we know we won't have any interference with our center supports that are going to sit in here, that are going to come up and support the jack and everything. This is perfect. This is exactly what we want. This is going to be our base, and this will be what we use to lay out. So let's go ahead and get our other pieces cut. So these need to get cut at 23 inches. So the next thing we need to do is inlet this piece, because this is going to sit up into that wood, and then we're going to drill holes through and run bolts through this. So we have it measured out. It's 1.25 inches wide by 2 inches long by 3/4 inches deep. So what we're going to do is we're going to start inletting this piece right here. And to start, we're going to take one of these Fastener bits and chew out a good bit of material with our drill. Time here, I've went ahead and gotten pretty much everything fastened into place. Both these boards, this thing is now inletted. I thought the saw bits that I would have cut deeper than what they did on these 4x4s, but that's what I'm left with. It's gonna be fine. It's no biggie. I'm pretty happy with the way everything looks. It's a little off, but it'll work. What we need to do now is we need to go and run bolts through these so we have a good solid mounting surface. And so what we're going to do with the drill is run holes through it. sorry about the lapse in video. My battery's almost dying here, so I'm just trying to charge in between video sessions. So what we have going on here is the press is pretty much all together, and I'm putting these spacer pieces in here to kind of help keep this centered as it moves up and down while traveling. I like that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to run some really short screws in here to keep this thing retained. So, we should have a functioning holster press. Let's give it a rip. Alright, so as you can see, we have stepped up the game on our holster making capabilities, and I am absolutely ecstatic with this press. I think it works just as I planned it out, and I'm really happy with it. And this sucker is heavy duty. I mean, it has to weigh about 30-40 pounds. I mean, that sucker is heavy, but I'm really confident that with this press I will be able to make a ton of holsters, and I'm super happy about it. I think we're going to get nice, clean press lines. I think when we mold these holsters, everything's going to be really tight. We're going to get really good retention points as well. So I'm actually really impressed with this. The other thing that I love about this press is it has the functionality to use the drill. So if I want to hand do it, I can hand do it from one side as well. On the other side, I can use a drill to power push it back and forth. I think that's going to save a lot of time in the long run. But anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't wait to use this press. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time when we make some holsters.